All right, Raider Nation, the draft is just a few hours away, and I wanted to just make a quick little video about what we can expect in tonight's draft, round one. Let's just jump into where can you watch the draft? Well, number one, you can watch us live here on YouTube and on our Facebook group, the Silver and Black Nation. And if you also want to watch it on TV, you can do that as well. Just make sure you tune into us live because we're going to be a lot more exciting than the TV. Now, you can watch it on ABC, ESPN, or you can also watch it on the NFL Network and also Fubo TV. If you don't have any of those options, just tune in to us because we'll be live and we'll be covering every single moment of tonight's draft, as well as tomorrow and on Saturday. When is the draft going to take place? It's going to take place at 8 p.m. Eastern time. So if you're not in the East Coast, if you're on the West Coast, just take 3 hours off if you're on the West Coast, and that's going to be basically 5 o'clock. And so that's when we're going to be expecting to get started. Now, there's going to be a whole bunch of pre-draft coverage on all the major networks starting around 10 a.m. Each one's going to be doing it a little bit different. We'll be jumping in at probably about an hour before the draft actually starts. So you're going to want to tune into that 1 hour before we will start our pre-draft live session, and we'll start covering and breaking that down. I'm going to have special guests on with me, and that is going to be Western Conference and Raider Nation Hotspot. Hot Beavers is going to be in the house, and we're going to be doing our draft analysis, predictions, and what we think is going to be happening. So you're not going to want to miss out on that. Again, that's going to be 1 hour before the draft begins. Now, as the draft begins, tonight is only going to be round one, and that's going to cover all 32 teams. And there's going to be a lot of stuff. And typically in round one, you start to see some trades pop up. There's going to be, some big trades that are going to happen. There's going to be some little trades. Maybe people move up 1 or 2 spots. Now, when it comes to the Raiders, there is pretty much speculation all over the map. There are rumors out there about Jaden Daniels not wanting to go to Washington, D.C.
He does not want to go to the Commanders.
He's made that pretty clear. And there are NFL insiders who have heard from Jaden Daniels' camp that he really wants to unite and reunite, so to speak, with our head coach, Antonio Pierce, and come to the Raiders. Now, with that being said, it is almost impossible that the Raiders are going to be able to do that unless they do some crazy thing and just give up all of our draft picks for the next 3 years, basically, and go up and get him. However, we do know that the Raiders have tried to trade up already. We've made some phone calls to the Commanders and to the Patriots. They've basically said no at this point, and this is the game that is being played when it comes to the draft. The GMs play games with each other. They play hard to get. They're fielding all types of calls. Remember, who are the pretty girls at the dance right now? It is the Washington Commanders, New England Patriots, Arizona Cardinals. Those are the 3 hot chicks at the dance that everybody is asking to go and dance with. They're not going to take the first offer that comes. They may not take anything. They may just to stand on the wall and watch everybody else dance and then just pick their partner when their chance comes up. That's a reality that we have to look at. The Commanders may move back, but at this point right now, it looks like they're pretty settled on staying at their pick number 2 and grabbing their quarterback of the future. Patriots, on the other hand, they're a wild card. They need a lot of players, and so they may want to trade back with another team, and the Raiders could be a trade partner for them. The question is, will Jaden Daniels be available? Well, because Jaden Daniels has made it very clear through all the reports that are coming out that he does not want to go to Washington whatsoever, and that he tanked his interview, his private workout with DC, trying to ensure that he doesn't go there because he doesn't like the GM there. He doesn't like the coaching staff there. It's not where he wants to be. Maybe Jaden Daniels doesn't go to DC. Maybe they pick up Drake May over there in Washington. And so maybe he falls to number 3. And if that's possible, the Raiders could try to do a trade up. And if this happens, guys, it's going to happen when the Patriots are on the clock. So look out for that. Look for Jaden to drop to the third spot and not be picked up by the Commanders. And if that is the case, look for the Raiders to get on the phone and try and get a deal. Now, they've already been in contact with the Patriots. And what we know from Tom Telesco and what little bit he's let out is these have been general conversations, nothing too specific at this point. But he does have a plan in place to move up if the opportunity is available for us to do so for the right player. And guys, we all know who the right player is. That is Antonio Pierce, loving Jaden Daniels, and the Raiders wanting Jaden Daniels. And Tom Telesco said this too, that Antonio Pierce, so far throughout this entire process, he's had a very clear program that he wants to build, and that he has emphasized to Tom Telesco the type of players and the type of scheme that he wants to build for the Raiders, and he has not wavered from that. He's been very solid on that, which Tom said in his latest presser that he is very impressed by it, and it makes his job and his staff's job a lot easier, because when you have a coach who has a very clear vision of what he wants to do and how he wants to build this team that he can coach to a Super Bowl, it makes the GM's job a lot easier when those two are on the same page and there's not a lot of wavering. So we know that he's been pushing for Jaden Daniels. This is not a secret. And so it's a very clear agenda for Tom to try and get him Jaden Daniels. But all of this is going to really depend on what Washington does and whether or not the Patriots would be willing to trade with the Raiders and how much that would cost. So we'll be keeping a very keen eye on that tonight as we are doing the live podcast. Again, make sure that you are joining us. And guys, if you haven't picked up your merch, the Max Crosby Just Win Baby Special Edition Raider D Podcast t-shirts, they are available right now. So make sure that you guys jump over to the shop. We're going to highlight them here on YouTube as well, but we'll also leave a link in the description if you're not seeing the shop on YouTube or on our Facebook page. Go and pick them up. They're on sale right now. And guys, just for tonight only, just for tonight, if you enter Draft 2024 in the discount promo code, you're going to save 24% off of anything in the store. So again, that is going to be Draft 2024 promo code at checkout. You're going to save 24% on everything in the store.
Got to thank today's sponsor of the channel, and that is Earth Elixir, owned and operated by a Raiders fan. And it is my favorite company because they offer the Tongat Ali and Fedosia aggressives, which has been proven clinically to raise your testosterone without the need of TRT. The link itself will save you an additional 15% just for the Raider D family.